NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
Now at 11, should it be illegal to use tissue from aborted fetuses for research? That's up for debate in one state assembly committee today.
Plus, it's been a tense morning in Ferguson, Missouri. We'll tell you how long county officials expect a state of emergency there will continue. And
Trump, who is the front runner, will not apologize. And I certainly will not apologize for doing good journalism.
Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly fires back at Donald Trump following last week's heated debate. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashley Matthews.
And I'm Christine Belport. Beautiful day outside. Perfect afternoon to take your lunch outside, take our dogs for a walk.
I know, it's just great out there. Let's see how long this wonderful weather is expected to last with Chief Meteorologist Charlie Shortino.
Well, we have several days in a row coming up with sunshine. Today will be one of the nicer ones with the low humidity to go with it. As we move toward the end of the week, we're going to see that humidity coming back a bit, but mostly sunny, highs around 80 for this afternoon with northerly winds at 5 to 10, about 80 degrees on the high tomorrow as well, and then warmer weather moves in, and we'll talk more about that coming up.
Very good, Charlie. Thank you. Happening today, a bill that would ban the use of aborted fetal tissue for research and the sale of it goes before a state assembly committee. Republicans are using hidden camera videos released by an anti-abortion group that appears to show Planned Parenthood leaders talking about selling fetal tissue. Well, federal law already bans the sale of fetal tissue, but donations are allowed. That's why Planned Parenthood says it's done nothing wrong. Well, this bill, sponsored by Republican Assemblyman Andre Jacques, would ban the use of it for research. UW researchers oppose the bill, saying about 100 campus labs use cells from fetal tissue for research on cancer, heart disease, and other conditions. NBC 15's Kate Pabish is at the Capitol for the hearing. She'll be bringing us the latest on her Twitter page and during our afternoon newscast. A Sauk County woman will be sentenced in October, exactly 5 years to the month. Prosecutors say she hid the death of her baby at home. 33-year-old Brenda Baumstein of Lake Delton pled guilty on Friday. Baumstein told investigators she gave birth in a bathtub at her parents' home in Baraboo in October 2010. Prosecutors say she left the newborn in the tub to find a turkey baster to clear its airway. When she returned, she said the baby had died. Authorities found the baby's remains in the backyard of the Baraboo trailer home this past May.
New at 11, Madison police are investigating a frightening weapons violation. A woman says she was walking down South Patterson Street when a man grabbed her and held a knife to her stomach. This happened around 10:30 last night. She says the man did not speak English. He allegedly punched her, then ran away. Fortunately, the woman was not seriously injured. It was another tense and emotional night in Ferguson, Missouri, as protesters poured into the street in memory of Michael Brown, who was shot and killed by police 1 year ago. NBC's Jay Gray is in Ferguson with a closer look.
Police and protesters clashed again overnight. At least 23 people injured after police say things turned dangerous. Several officers were hit by bricks and bottles thrown from the crowd. And while tensions ran high again, there was no looting and no gunfire. A much different scene than 24 hours earlier, when 40 to 50 rounds rang out, some allegedly aimed at police. 18-year-old Tyrone Harris Jr. is still in critical condition in an area hospital after an alleged shootout with officers. That violence pushing county officials to declare a state of emergency.
Last time, around last year, we saw a city burn, and we are not going to see that again. I'm taking every measure possible to avoid that scenario.
The strategy, which includes a stepped-up police presence along the front lines of the protest, seems to be working. A trend officers and officials hope will continue.
Don't touch me, man, please.
With the understanding that the protest will as well. Jay Gray, NBC News, Ferguson.
And now we have some dramatic video out of the state of Oregon where a fire caused a train trestle to collapse. This was the scene in the town of Sherwood. Look at that. This is just outside Portland. A grass fire spread to the train trestle, causing the structure's chemical-soaked wooden beams to go up in flames. The fire burned for hours before it collapsed overnight. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The cause is under investigation. And now to our Decision 2016 coverage. There's more fallout today from Donald Trump's post-debate comments about Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly. And we're hearing from Kelly herself now for the first time. NBC's Kristen Welker reports.
One of the things people love about you.
For the first time since coming under fire from Donald Trump for her sharp questions during the GOP debate, Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly weighed in Monday night.
Trump, who is the front runner, will not apologize. And I certainly will not apologize for doing good journalism.
Kelly's comments come after many thought Trump suggested she was hormonal as she moderated the debate.
Mr. Trump did interviews over the weekend that attacked me personally. I've decided not to respond.
The Republican frontrunner is set to appear on Fox News today for the first time since the Kelly controversy began. He insists his words were twisted and remains defiant.
She should really be apologizing to me. You want to know the truth.
Meanwhile, his former top advisor, Roger Stone, is also speaking out for the first time. Trump said he fired Stone, but Stone says he quit, underscoring some internal strife.
Well, because I was frustrated. I frankly think that Trump is much better than this. I remain a very strong supporter.
As the Trump saga heats up, some of his Republican rivals are vowing to stop him.
If no one stands up to a bully will just keep doing what they're doing.
Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton seized the opportunity to slam Trump for his controversial rhetoric toward women.
I think the guy went way overboard, offensive, outrageous, pick your adjective.
While managing to lump in the rest of the GOP field, calling them out of touch on women's issues, singling out one of the debate's standouts, Marco Rubio, who says he opposes abortion even in cases of rape and incest.
What Marco Rubio said has as much of an impact in terms of where the Republican Party is today as anybody else on that stage.
Rubio firing back. Hillary Clinton holds radical views on abortion that we look forward to exposing in the months to come.
Wisconsin taxpayers will provide $17 million in state aid this year to school districts that educate small numbers of students. The so-called sparsity aid is targeted at small rural districts that have a hard time making ends meet because of their limited enrollments. A district must have no more than 725 students and fewer than 10 students per square mile to qualify. The aid amounts to $300 per student. The eligible districts make up about 1/3 of all Wisconsin school districts. Madison is one smart city, and now there's proof. It was ranked the 3rd most educated city in the nation. The study was done by finance website NerdWallet. Madison was the only Midwest city to make it to the top 10. Arlington, Virginia took first place, and Irvine, California came in second.